What is going on, everybody? It is Foreign, and welcome back to 2vTuesdays with Geraldus.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, then. So he decided to be the hype man today.
Yo, come to the club.
Make to the club. All right. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are going to be talking about the future of gaming. And by the future of gaming, I mean kind of where we're starting to see console gaming heading, and I guess PC gaming as well. Namely, we're going to be speaking about the Oculus Rift and the PlayStation 4 Morpheus. It's like its code name. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be called in the end. But anyways, I think it's the future of gaming. Virtual reality, I think, is the next big step. It's going to get us off of control. It's going to eventually get us off of controllers and get us into, the whole head movement and utilizing the Kinect and utilizing the, the PlayStation camera. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see like where this goes and kind of what it's all about. What are your thoughts and opinions?
I think we're split into two videos, one on my channel, one here. You talk about why you think it's the future of gaming on your channel, and then come over to my channel, and we're talking about why I think it's not the future of gaming.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about why we think it's the future of gaming.
All right, go for it.
Well, I asked you what you thought.
Well, you're the one that thinks it's the future of gaming, so give us a viewpoint here.
So in thinking about, from console to console, going not necessarily all the way back to the Atari or something like that, but just the general evolution of gaming has, for the most part, just been graphics. We've almost always had a controller. Sure, the controller adjusts, and then we had dual analog.
Don't forget about online multiplayer.
Well,
that's the biggest change in gaming since gaming.
It is, but I'm referring more to the actual consoles and how we play.
The technology used to play the games?
Yeah. So we started moving in that route, and then we had the Wii, which got you into more motion control, and I think that motion control is going to be the thing that kind of separates what's now and what's the future. Whether it's, with the Kinect, with the PlayStation camera, with the Oculus Rift. I don't know. Have you heard anything about like what the specs might be for all this stuff on their actual release?
No, I mean I've seen a few things about it. It's still like entirely a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
The at least the one from Sony. I'm sure the Oculus Rift 2 is also still a prototype.
Well, I know that the Oculus Rift is now giving out dev kits. So dev companies are starting to like dabble with it more. So it'll be interesting once we start seeing like previews of games that are being used strictly with the Oculus. I feel very underprepared talking about this subject because I don't know all the specs about it. One, because obviously it is still a prototype, and two, because they're not final. So
all I know is that the Oculus Rift and the Morpheus, whatever it's gonna be called, look fucking sweet. Like they look really cool. Especially when you pair the Oculus Rift with that thing that the guy had where you like stand in and it's got the curvy bowl thing at the bottom and the slippery shoes and you like walk. And it motion controls you that way.
Oh yeah, you kind of had like the waist harness and you were kind of just supported. You weren't necessarily elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. And I think that
sweet.
Even something as small as that like wouldn't be a hassle to have in someone's house, because I think that's a big thing that some people are actually worried about when it comes to virtual reality, is having to actually move around with this fucking thing on your head.
Yeah, I mean, and it wouldn't work very well if you had to move around. But then again, with like that whole rig thing where you can walk, you might see the comeback of like arcades, which would be cool. Like places you go for virtual reality gaming would be fucking sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar to there was this one arcade game that I remember. It was always at like the really big arcades at like tourist attractions where you like got in, you sit down, and the thing like spins. It can spin in a 360 depending on which direction you're facing. And it was like a mech shooter or some stupid shit like that. But it kind of reminds me of like that kind of gaming, but brought into your living room basically.
Yeah, did you see at South by Southwest they had like a cage thing? It was supposed to be like you're going up the elevator in Game of Thrones, up the wall.
Okay.
With the Oculus Rift, and it would like blow air at you to make it feel windy, and it would shake and everything, and and you're in a cage, so like you could put your hands like hold onto the bars and everything. And I think it might have been like motion tracking your arms too or something. I don't know exactly what I was doing, but it was like you were riding that elevator up. So like you feel like the cold air on your face and it's shaking and you feel like you're getting higher. And it looked really cool. And I wanted to do that, but I wasn't at South by Southwest. And that's the future, man. That could be the future of gaming, is full immersion gaming, which would be really cool. So like you're playing, I don't know, let's just say James Bond, because I have a skiing thing. Like so you're skiing, and I always ski downhill in James Bond and shoot each other. Like it happens in those movies.
It just happens.
So you'd be playing like a skiing game, and you'd feel like cold air blowing on your face, and then it would like shoot snowflakes at you because it's got a snowflake machine in it, and you're like going down. Dude, that'd be fucking cool. I mean, I don't know if it would be that in depth, but it'd be cool to see something like that. I doubt it'll happen, but
now I think something like that could happen.
Yeah, probably not in the home, but
you're talking about full immersion gaming. We have kind of the start to full immersion like movie experiences where you can go to like the 3DX movies or whatever they are,
or like the Bugs Life thing. I don't know if they still have that out at Disney.
I have no idea, but basically, I mean, it's like a 3D movie, but you're in like these chairs that'll actually rumble with the movie. I remember when I would go to Islands of Adventure and Universal down in Florida. Yes, I rode this ride and I don't fucking care. They had a Shrek ride where it was pretty much like just a movie. But like as things would happen, it would like spray, it would like mist water towards you, or like, air would blow at you from like underneath your seat and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
those things are there. I think that it's like, even if it's just as simple as like just a cold little burst of air that just kind of gets you more into the feeling of the game. I think that would be incredible.
Apparently Microsoft worked on, with their controller, one of the prototypes they made had like a smell emitter for the Xbox One, which would have just been terrible. Like you're playing a zombie game and it's like, oh
this fucking sucks, turn it off. No, that would be revolutionary. It'd be different.
Yeah, it would also be smelly.
Anyways, that is all we have time for. Be sure to go check out Geraldus' channel, where we also talk about the future of gaming, but more on the negative side. Anyways, that's all we have time for. I hope you guys enjoyed. You got anything to say, Billy?
Much love, homies. Peace.
Bye, guys.